Let's get it.
Just like Jada. Yeah. Yo, if you talking about the best and I ain't at the top of the list, then you ought to get shot in the throat. And if you talking about ice, and we was on a cruise and I threw my chain overboard, stopping the boat. This a #1 slot, pardon me, Ock, but I'm hungry, so don't make me get at you, Holmes. And I ain't never lost a step, I'm still in the get, and I'm a lock, so I know how to get in your home. Treat rap like jail, running the house, so see me when y'all niggas wanna get on the phone. No, I don't wanna hear your man spit. I've been getting money since niggas was rocking Stan Smiths. Your whole life is and if. My whole life is whatever I want, I gets. Give him 10 and him 6. Beat him down and fuck it. Give him the whole clip. Yeah, listen in here, kisses in here. No top on the wagon, fisherman gear. Heavy ice in a 9 that can lift up a deer. I just tell Flex, house the dice. I got niggas that are out your lights and give out your ice. Grab 62 O's, a gun in the hole. Sick man and some drone, they'll bounce tonight. Listen, I ain't gonna keep talking. Letting everybody know right now that I'm giving out free coffins. It don't matter if it's 2 or 3. Kiss ain't cheap, fuck it, funeral on me. And I wanna know how much the yay costs. Why y'all bitch niggas sitting at the table with your legs crossed? Even if you win, you lost. I've been a boss. Now don't rap me in the tracks, have intercourse. It's how I squeeze lines in like floss.
What's up, everybody? Encyclopedia Hip Hop Podcast. I'm Eclectic. I'm here with 12 Cal from the 12 Cal Podcast. Kyle. You are familiar with the MC, the masterful MC, Jadakiss.
Yes, I am.
Jadakiss is known for a very specific quote, and that quote is? You're correct. Top 5 dead or alive.
Oh yeah, oh for sure. He had an album called that. Top 5 dead or alive.
He had an album called that, and I am glad that you remember and mention that, because I have a question for you. Matter of fact, I have 2 questions. The first question is leading. The second question is the real question. I'm going to start with the first.
Okay.
Is Jadakiss in your top 5?
No.
Fair enough. Is he in your top 10?
No.
Okay, so never mind with his quote. But the second question, and this is what I brought you into the studio today for, and at the time of recording, people like to say that at the time of recording, we say this for prosperity. We say this for context. But at the time of this recording, Jadakiss has, if you count the joint venture with Fabulous, he has 6 studio albums.
Wow.
He has a few mixtapes, and we know what he did in the verses.
Yes.
But going back to the 6 studio albums, in your opinion, has Jadakiss ever in his career created a dope album?
Yes, he has. I think I can't remember if that was his first album.
Kiss the Game Goodbye.
Kiss the Game Goodbye was good.
I didn't ask you, did he make a good album?
No, I was going to say the next album, The Last Kiss, I think that was the name of it.
No, it was The Kiss of Death is the second album.
Okay, so what was the third album?
The Last Kiss.
Last Kiss, I think that was his dopest album.
That was his dopest album, but was the album dope?
Yeah.
Okay. So the reason why I bring you in here is because I disagree. I don't think he's ever made a dope album ever.
Okay, do tell.
I think that he has some good songs. I think his mixtapes are hard. I think his features are impeccable. But I had this thought because I'm currently working on my personal list, my personal top. It started at 25. I think I'm going to do 50. My top 50 favorite MCs. And I was trying to figure out where I was going to put Jadakiss. And I had to keep dropping them lower and lower because a part of my criteria for the tops is they had to have, first they had to have a classic album. And then they had to at least have a dope album. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't find any album by him that was dope. So I got in the whip, mm-hmm. went on Apple, said, all right, let's go through the discography. I listen, if I'm gonna think this, let me prove this. So I had bought Kiss the Game Goodbye because I thought this is about to go down. It didn't go down. That wasn't it. So then the second album had the Why with Anthony Hamilton, which is okay.
Right.
But you know, the Pharrell song and By Your Side was great. Everyone loves By Your Side. Yes. But it's so many songs that he has a song with Snoop and Quick. It's just we're not.
Let it be known.
We can't do this. So then we went to The Last Kiss that you thought was dope. Mm-hmm. And when we have OJ the Jew Man.
The Juice Man.
I know. But how he says it. Young Jeezy, the Bobby Valentino and the Pharrell songs, and here come By My Side again. But the Letter to Big, shut up. I don't want it. I don't want it. And it's too many songs on there that's not dope for me to call it dope. Then the Top 5 Dead or Alive album was basically a DJ Khaled album because it was a feature every song. Every song, yeah. And it wasn't like great features either. Then I didn't care for the Fabulous joint too much. I was kind of let down. I was expecting more from those two, and then on top of that, we got Future and Yo Gotti on it. Listen, not to besmirch these guys. It's just that I know that the music isn't made for me. Mm-hmm. So no. And then his last one was a little more the same. Pusha, Ty Dolla $ign. 2 Chainz had a great verse on that album on the Angels Getting Pedicured. I would give it up to Titty Boy for that. Mm-hmm.
And which album was this?
Ignitus.
Okay.
And then the Rick Ross thing and the Dage Low. I'm not listening to a song with John Legend on there. So it just led me to like, as dope as he is. See, here is the thing that how I separate like your personal greatest of all time, Rakim. Mm-hmm. If my list is lyricists and barman, they're up there. Mm-hmm. But overall MC, I can't, because after Rakim left Eric B, he made it almost nothing. And the last 2 albums with Eric B were aight at best. He had dope things on there, but the production wasn't where it needs to be, and so the songs weren't where they could have been. Mm-hmm. With Jadakiss, if he's on a mixtape or a feature, he's must listen.
Right.
But then when he gets his own album, it's I don't know who the target audience is. The target audience ain't those mixtape people. And it seems like his comfort zone is more of somebody sing and then I come in like it's a feature, but it be on his own album.
Right.
And so I was like, it's not for me. So I was just wondering if you thought he had a dope win, and you said yes. So we're gonna mark you down as the Last Kiss guy, and it might have been his best album cover, but as far as I'm concerned, he hasn't made a dope album yet.
Okay, so I hear what you're saying, and as you were going down, I actually pulled up his discography on the Spotify. I didn't really think about it the way that you broke it down. But if you go back, and I was just, as you were talking, I was looking at it. I didn't realize, like, because in full disclosure, I have not listened to that album in a long time. So it's not, and you and the listeners probably know sometimes if you haven't gone to an album before, like in a while, you remember the hits, obviously. You remember the songs that you like, but until you actually sit and listen to it, you're like, damn, like, do I remember this? Like, well, why is this on here? Like, you start kind of picking things or whatever like that. So as you were talking about The Last Kiss, I went and looked at it and I was like, okay, what? Because I always go back to, like, what didn't I like about the album? And the first thing that jumps out at me is this album is 1 hour and 7 minutes long. That's what I didn't like about the album. I guess my definition of dope and your definition of dope, while I understand totally what you're saying, might be a little bit different. But to your point, I really can't argue about that, because if we were measuring it on a mic scale, I can't make a case that he has anything better than a 3.5 as far as his albums.
Right.
Now, his features and stuff, I mean, like, he's got some crazy features, and what he did in the verses was incredible.
Yeah.
But okay. And much like you, that last, because I think the Igniters I never heard. So that's why I asked you which album that was on, because I was like, I never heard that before. I think the last Jadakiss album that I heard was the top 5 Dead or Alive, and that what you just mentioned was why I probably never went back to it. It was way too heavy featured. I mean, like, there's literally, if it's 15 tracks, there's 13 features 13 tracks with features. And I was just like, bro, I came to hear you. Now, if it's you, Sheik, and Styles, then that's different. Or DMX, that's different. But I don't want to hear a whole bunch of other people. And I think at that particular time, he might have been reaching with some of those features. I'll go back and listen to the song with him and Titty Boy, because I don't even remember that song. But, would he normally have done a track with 2 Chainz? I don't know. But I can't say that I disagree, but I see where you're coming from. I mean, you make a strong case, because looking at these albums, no, I mean, like, maybe I don't know, man. Maybe you actually have me thinking whether or not I really think that album was dope now that I'm looking at it again.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, what we're gonna do is at a little bit after this episode gets posted, we're gonna, in the thread on Twitter, we're gonna include Kyle's updated review of The Last Kiss. Yeah. And he'll let you know what he thought.
I'll go back and listen to it. But yeah, it's you make a strong point, man. And I don't want anybody listening to think that you're dissing him, because you're not.
No,
but
the guy's incredible.
He's incredible. I mean, these albums, like I said, 3.5, 3.
As far as lyricists, he's in my top 10. He might have just missed the top 5 by being like 6 or 7 lyricists. Okay. But overall rapper, no, I can't. It's too many MCs with legitimate dope albums. Mm-hmm. Like Jadakiss has never made anything better than Liquid Swords. So how could I put him over Jizza?
Oh, that's tough.
I mean,
the
features is crazy, and Jizza has like no features unless it's a woo, and the pedigree. But see, this is the difference. If I was talking lyricists, I'm putting him ahead of Jizza. But if I'm talking about overall rapper GOAT status, I'm probably not, because I need to be able to put your album on and just put your album on. Yeah, and I could do that with Liquid Swords. I can't do that with anything he's made.
Yeah, you're not putting that on, just letting it stay on.
No,
not all the way through. No,
and I'll know damn near the whole album word for word. I have no reason to learn the words to any Jadakiss album, or I haven't wanted to listen to them enough, or so many times that I just learned the words just by accident.
Right.
So it's just that was
that makes sense. Makes total sense.
Process there. But listen, everybody, it was just a quick one shot episode. We'll come back and do more like this because, to be honest, that is why the Black Thought is high. He's top 5 in lyricists.
Yeah.
But overall, he's still in the top 10, maybe 15.
Yeah.
Overall, but because it's like, all right. But, and that's why I try to explain to people, lyricists and GOAT are 2 different things. And people just want to think, oh, well, he's my favorite or he's the best at this, then he's the greatest all over. It's like just Steph Curry, probably greatest shooter of all time. He is not the greatest NBA player of all time.
No.
It's 2 different things. You can be the greatest at one thing, but not overall everything. It's a thing. You just have to think. You have to think it through. So.
Oh yeah, I agree. I agree 1,000%.
You can have a favorite color and never want to actually wear that color because you don't think you look good in it.
Well, you know what it is? It's something we talk about all the time. People tend to, what they like is what they call the GOAT or the greatest or whatever like that. And that's not always the case. It's just something you like or somebody you like or something that you like.
Yeah. And so, so I'm saying I got Jadakiss high up on my lyricists of all time, but not as high on my overall greatest rapper of all time.
Okay.
Everybody, thank you for listening. If you're listening on one of those platforms where you can like it, or thumbs up it, or star it, or whatever, press the buttons. And we'll be back for another joint soon. In the meantime, in between time, hip hop.
Message in a glass bottle, read the letter. Money in the bank, membership fees and sweaters, and we ride on DIE together. Come on, put your hands up. Nah, fuck that. Put your hands down. Come on, put your hands up. Nah, fuck that. Put your hands down. Come on, put your hands up. Nah, fuck that. Put your hands down.
Big Dog Pit Bulls.
Put your hands up. Nah, fuck
franchise.
That. Y'all know I got the master flow, fast or slow. You wanna know who the best is? Ask your hoe. The honeys don't lie, they love it. They cop for real. Trust me, dog. The thugs and dub it. Kiss hit you with consecutive hot shit. Therefore, nobody never gonna spit like I spit. Get money just to walk through off the books. When you mention my name, shit is off the hook. Shirts is off, titties is out. And you know if I'm there, hardest niggas in the city is out. I'm in the club, ice over the thermal. Waiting for you to try me. When the lights get low, I'ma burn you. Start with straight shots and then pop bottles. Flirt with the hood rats, then pop models. Gotta slay 2 or more, mine's our model. And y'all might get down with the team if y'all swallow. Come on, put your hands up. Nah, fuck that. Put your hands down. Come on,
yeah.
Put your hands up.
Front flex.
Put your hands down. Come on, put your hands up. Nah, fuck that. Put your hands down. Come on, put your hands up. Nah,
Yeah.
Kiss the game goodbye, the game is mine. You thought wrong, change your mind. I'm the nigga that'll pop the king and scoop the queen and take over the town with a ruthless team. New S-type wagon, future green, gun heavy, pants sagging. I'm used to cream. Who you know can make $1 million bail on cash? Never did a day and got the jails on smash. KI double, I move the Perico quick and just let the Montega bubble. Kiss been a boss, y'all just start working. Now put your hands up till your arms start hurting. Don't put them down till I tell you. Whoever wanna be hard-headed to find out what the shells do. Now you can put them down if you want, but soon as the hook come back, put them up. Come on, put your hands up. Nah,
Pause.
fuck that, put your hands down.
Yeah.
Come on, put your hands up.
Yeah.
Nah,